Hello, Fear the Meerkat here. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. So I've decided that I'm gonna having had that last episode inside the colony, I think I'm gonna have this, that last episode inside the colony, I think I'm going to have this next one outside the colony. But first, it would make sense for me to do this, because I want to have 100% health for what's going to happen now. So, you're chilling on the wall when you hear the sounds of an argument float up from the ground above. An enemy and Vase are yelling at each other. From the sounds of it, it's an old argument. Vase wants an enemy to be more respectful towards him when they're around his friends, and an enemy wants him to lighten up and not be such a hard ass. It sounds like a pretty vicious argument. You turn on your ear, speak, and drown them out with some music. Yeah, I'm gonna keep those. Right. Because it seems to me that given that we're going to be having a fight, I guess, with the creatures of this world, it would be a really good idea, especially considering Deece's feelings about this whole thing, to go out and find out more about them. Surprisingly hard entrance to get to find. Hello. You report to the expedition's tent to find not just Utopia, but security chief threat and Vase as well. I can't spare any more of my people, Utopia's explained to me. You've already pulled almost all the forges, and we're already running skin crews in the ridges as it is. There's one person you can spare, replies, turning to face you. Hello, Solana. How would you like to transfer into one of my hunting parties? Utopia tells me you're one of the best explorers. We could use someone like you. Indicates Vase. I need someone who can keep up with this one. Vase puffs his chest out proudly. Yeah, it seems to me that actually, if this is what you insist on doing, it would be a good idea to learn more about the creatures that we're going to be fighting. So, here we go. Why do we need to kill them? Vase laughs. Because they're killing us, Solana. Keep up. Against his fist. It's a classic struggle between humanity and nature, he says. Nature's not all flowers and rainbows. On Earth, everything and everyone was trying to kill each other. For survival, for food, hell, even just for fun. Yes, which is why we came here instead of staying on the Earth. I can't wait by Gorilla Trophy Zeno, he chuckles, framing his hands like a painter on the wall. The first 10 point back on the tumbler. Yeah. Yes, but this is the point in us coming here to change this kind of behaviour. Besides which, again, I really feel that actually we're the ones who have colonised their planet. It's not nice for them to attack us, but you know, this is their home. I don't think we should be attacking them in their home. I don't want to kill animals for fun, unless they attack us first. Right, scowls at Vase. You won't be killing them for fun, you'll be killing them to defend the colony. Vase rolls his eyes. Yeah, or I'd never kill a living creature. Vase scoffs. Even if it was trying to kill you, I knew Strato kids were soft. I didn't know you were suicidal as well. You're the ones who are being suicidal. Okay? They're not attacking the colony right now, so we do not need to fight back right now. You're not fighting back. If you go out there and try to kill them, No one's cut for life or death situation, that says it turns you. You know, Solana, it's not your killing, he continues. Sometimes it's about tracking and identifying dangerous creatures before they reach our walls. You won't necessarily have to kill them, goes up his hand, but you don't have to decide just yet. Just talk to Utopia later if you change your mind. Okay, so I'm only going to show something off if it seems to me like it's worth showing off. You find your way blocked by a massive wall. No, a hollow pillar knocked over and lying on its side in the sand. It's absolutely massive. It stretches to your left and right at least a kilometre in each direction that at some points is crumpled enough that you could lightly scare over it. Okay. You find more scraps of convergent domain, writing and technology. You document everything to bring back to Utopia. What the? Taking a sample at the base of a tree when you feel something patter off your head or fall to the ground. It's that? That's strange. This species doesn't usually. You look up and your stomach churns when you realize you've been watched this whole time. A pair of familiar eyes peers down you from once. It's Sim? Grins down at you. Wow. If it isn't larger human. Have you come to visit me, Sugarbug? I genuinely did not expect this. But I saw you die. Did you? He says slightly. You think I would remember that? If you did witness my death, I apologise, and continues. He leans down from his balance as long hair dangling just out of reach. I imagine I didn't endure much either. How can you just die and come back? It's the gardener thing, he replies dismissively. He's so casual about it. I make regular backups just in case. Backups? Sim gives you a little smile. Surely by now you know I cannot divulge the secret. The species of my war here. The specifics of my war here. Doesn't stop you from hinting. Sim's smile goes white and she throws a laugh. I know! Our secret is much more gratifying than I expected it would be. I guess I'm happy you're alive? Sim sighs gratuitously. I wish everyone felt that way, he mutters. One of my associates seems to feel otherwise. You're confused, look, he waves his hand. One of the other gardeners. Noctilucent. They really don't care for you humans, I'm afraid. And they're aware I've taken an interest in you. With soft whump, Sim drops carefully out of the tree and dusts himself off. He claps on the shoulder. I'd watch out for them if I were you. He says, they're quite dangerous. Sim turns to leave, but you spat and grab his sleeve. You can't. After all that, you deserve some answers, real ones. He owes you that. He turns to you. One arched eyebrow waves. What is it, Solana? Yeah, what do you really do here? Sim gives you a blank smile. I'm a gardener, says Sim. I was created to be a gardener, and I imagine I will be one until my services are no longer required. And your look of confusion, Sim softens. Humanity is so concerned with purpose, he says suddenly. It is because you are not created for one. You spend the entirety of your short lives on doing less than you need one. The concept of someone having a purpose must be seductive. He shrugs one elegant shoulder. My existence is simple. I act in ways for which I was created. That is not an interesting answer for an individual species as yourselves, I'm aware. However, we must both accept that it may be beyond the human capacity to comprehend. Are you really Sim? The one and the same, Sim answers, carefully prying your hand from his clothing. I acknowledge this is difficult for you to understand. Takes a deep breath, considering his words carefully. Humans have but one short window of consciousness, which encourages you to think of yourself as individual points on the line of history. You are quite clearly not your parents or your grandparents or your unborn children. You are our own marvellous creature. He placed his hand on his chest. I do not disappear when this form dies. I am eternal in a sense. I am all who came before me and all whom will come after me. I am my own legacy. I am symbiosis. He tilts his head to the side as if listening to something and squeezes your hand. I fear I've said too much. I hope I can see you again soon and that all may be revealed to you. Okay. okay. Probably can't afford them, but still. You're introduced to exploring the ruined Wormhole Observatory again. It feels so familiar. You've dreamed about this place many times. It's like you're just remembering it now. This time the dream memories grip you. You wonder as if you're sleepwalking down familiar paths. You look up and see the wormhole faint in the sky above. Time is right to observe it. Deese looks kind of like a robot. Deese tries to keep up. Where are you going? He asks angry. You don't answer, you're trying to concentrate on finding a place. You approach the large pyramid in the centre of the complex. Because it is one of the small elevators, a little monolith with a round iris door. This is a place. Your heart throbs with it. Even standing outside, you know there's something down there. You look for those elevator monoliths near the pyramid and find it, but it's overgrown with snake and flies and bumbles. The very large flowers are over. You can push through them, but Deese stops you and shows you a Geiger counter reading on his hollow palm. These flowers seem to be radioactive. Your suit won't protect you for long. You soon realise that your mistake as radiation illness sets in. Busting by these flowers gives you a big dose. You'll be sick for days and need radiation treatment when you return. But for now, you continue drawn irresistibly forward by something that sings in your head. You enter the elevator, thankfully still working, and descend beneath the ground. It opens to a kind of antechamber with an exit at the other end, leading to the heart of the pyramid. There are glyphs carved into crystal panels on the wall, symbols that resemble the wormhole. You start across the room. The further you go, the more your head swims. You have to pause. You think you might faint. It isn't just the radiation. There's something down here, some great energy, and it's making your head hurt. You shake your head trying to quit. Wait, maybe this is a bad idea. Deese has to practically drag you out of there. The pull of the thing was so strong. When you're back at the glider point and you can think clearly again, you feel fine again and wonder what the hell came over you. So does Deese. He decides to leave you rather than explore by himself. Well, I'm afraid I'm going straight back out there once I can, because I want this thing done. I want this thing completed. And I'm getting sick of these episodes feeling very short. Even if they're not, when I'm playing them they feel very short. So, Deese is relaxing in the back of one of the expedition vehicles, absorbed in a hollow novel. You clear a photo, he jumps and gives you an awkward but genuine smile. Hey Solana, he says, pulling his legs out of the way so you can climb in beside him. It's getting harder to find places to be alone, don't you think? I'd like to be out exploring, but Utopia insisted we have a rest day. He rolls his eyes. Deese closes his hollow novel and sighs. It's just so crowded here, he complains. It's boring. I'd rather be out there with Sim learning about this planet. Deese continues, looking wistful. He holds his hands over his heart. He's so interesting. I could talk to him forever, you know, like really connect. Have you gotten much out of him? Yeah, Deese explains to demonstrate it. Well, I mean, sort of. He still says there's stuff I'm not supposed to know yet, but I've figured out a lot on my own. The biggest thing is the planet is basically connected like a fungal network that's solid and complex. It's practically like a computer, he says, talking fast and excited. Not just the mushrooms, the trees, the animals, even the rocks and the water. He smiles. You didn't want me to know that one, he confides in you, but I guessed it. Remember how your dad got sick every year from the pollen and it was actually fungal spores? Well, I just started thinking from there, and yeah, it's like every year the planet refreshes its communication network with fresh spores. It's so cool. I didn't know that. Well, how about the fact that Sim is really old, like really, really old, like probably thousands of years old. Sometimes he talks about stuff from ancient history like it's really there, because he totally was. He's that little, but he still acts like a kid sometimes, you know? Like he loves hollowers and candy and playing tricks. I have no idea. Oh, and I've seen other gardeners, Deese says quietly. They don't look like some at all that look. Well, they look scary. Whoa, no way. One more thing. Deese says, his face going pink, the gardeners don't have clothes. Sim was naked when he met him. I had to bring him my clothes from the colony. Are you blushing? No. D. Summers' face going even more red. It was just really embarrassing, okay? He's naked, I didn't know where to look. What about you? What has he told you? Well, this is listening intensely. Sim can't die. You tell Deese about how you've seen Sim die only to come back later in a different body. Deese listens intently. That explains so much, he says. He told me that he's not afraid of death like me, but that's so cool. I want to be able to do that. Sim's hair seems alive. Deese rolls his eyes. Well, duh, anyone who sees him knows that, he says. It moves, right? I thought I was imagining, but kind of like how plants move to face sunlight. That's all I know. I wish we could tell people about Sim, Deese says. I feel like if people knew him like we do, they'd realise that what we're doing is wrong. But I'm scared that if I tell someone, Sim will never talk to me again. He says we're not ready. Well, I mean, they've said that they don't believe there's intelligent life on this planet. They said that they want to go out and kill any creatures that they find. I think it would be a really unintelligent idea. We can't tell anyone what we know. I know, Deese mumbles, sighing as he thanks his head against the window of the cab. I just don't want to mess up whatever plan they have. I just want help, though, you know. I know. Deese nods and turns away, done with this conversation. Okay. Lots of kids treat the lounge as an informal study hall, especially Tangent, and Mars too sometimes just is trying to impress Tangent. Crack open a textbook on your hollow palm and read about some old dead Earth poets just because you're not impressed. Oh, sorry, we have already had that one. You walk along a ridgeline when your foot knocks some rocks down the slope. You anticipate the familiar crackles. They plans down the chasm, but realise it's silent, just wind. You peer down the slope. Nothing's falling. Wait, the rocks you dislodge with your foot are just floating. Like you step forward and realise you feel light too, like you've taken off your mountaineering gear. You take another step forward. It's a struggle to keep your feet on the ground. With one more step forward, you realise it's possible to take both feet off the ground. You're floating. You nod your foot and let the momentum float you forwards a few feet, feeling more untethered by gravity the further you go. The ridge line is now a steep drop on either side. There's no way around this strange anti-gravity field. If you fall out of it, you might plummet into the chasm. You float forward, allowing yourself to rise higher and higher until you're able to swim and tumble through the air with ease. Whoa, whoa! You're totally weightless. You float over a shiny, lumpy rock jutting up from the spine of which, as you pass over it, you feel the gravity gently begin to embrace you again, pulling you back down. Your feet touch the ground again on the other side and your legs immediately give out. What a rush! You mark the location on your map for other surveyors. Hello again. Did you bring what I asked? Sim is standing in the shadows, wrapped up in his clothes like he's trying to blend into the jungle. He looks like a third act, pretending to be shifted. Yes, he's asking about the data he asked you to smuggle out of engineering. It's only fair that you observe Sim in the same manner that he observes you, intently and while hidden behind a tree, you pretend to leave. Then double back and watch him from a short distance away. You hope you'll see what he does when you aren't around. Sim looks like a human, if an alien had to draw a human entirely from wind. Description: too tall, too long, his eyes too black, his whole posture too really attentive. His hair was the most interesting part, so perfectly kept for someone who seems to live in the wilderness, and sometimes you swear it moves in ways hair shouldn't, like the first time you saw a time-lapse video of a flower turning towards the sun. You watch in silence for nearly 10 minutes, but Sim does absolutely nothing. He tilts his head like he's listening to the wind, then he leans over to stare at random patches of grass for too long. Eventually he turns to stare straight at the spot you're hiding. Purrs, do you like what you see, Sugarbug? I'm just looking. Tosses his long hair over his shoulder and extends his hands, buying himself for your inspection. It is not a crime to be curious, he says. Why, I find myself very curious about you. You look your fill. Now that he's offered, you find yourself constantly drawn back to his deep silver eyes and the hypnotic motion of his hair, and within minutes you find yourself more relaxed. Sim's faint smile fills your vision, blanking out the rest of your senses. Do not be alarmed, he says. His voice sounds like it's coming from the bottom of the well. I have the ability to induce a mild sedative in organic creatures. I find it useful in reducing their cortisol levels so they may tend to them more easily. If you find it soothing, I'll be happy to use it on you at your request. You have simply to ask. Okay. You return with Deeds to the pyramid in the ruined wormhole observatory, that A building. This again, Deeds asks, so are you sure you want to go in there? Yes. You approach the large pyramid in the centre of the complex. Beside it is all of the small elevators, a little monolith with a round iris. This is the price. Your head. Solana, is this building hurting you? Deeds asks when he sees you rubbing your temple. Look for those up there. Yeah. He stops you. Yes, we're going to keep going. The fog slowly clears from your eyes. Your head still hurts, but you can think again. Deeds looks concerned. He even goes so far as to reach out to study you. Are you okay? Try to explain to Deeds. It's hard to put into words. You just say my head hurts. Obviously, he says, but no, it's more than that. You're seeing things. It's kind of like the array and kind of like a dream, but you feel that something super important is up ahead and you need to sit. Maybe we'd better leave, Deeds says nervously. You don't look so good. Past the antechamber is a long hallway sloping down. Things around you are starting to look kind of weird, like two slightly different realities overlapping. Deeds' face is starting to phase in and out of existence. You're hit with a strong wave of dizziness and nausea. Things seem to move in slow motion, but also far too fast. You lean over and concentrate. Mind over matter. You keep going. At the bottom of the hall are more crystal panels on the walls, many facets broken. Or are they whole? The walls have crumbled and roots creep over everything, but also they don't. Every time you blink, the room seems to flip and swim between two realities. At the same time, you feel absolutely compelled to continue. What is with this place? Deeds is both there and not there. The part of him which exists looks concerned. We need to leave now, he says. This place is hurting you. I know. But I want to know what's going on here. There's a round iris door at the end of the hallway. Are you sure you want to go any further? One more room. You pass through the doorway into a large square chamber with a sloping ceiling. Your sense of the space, of the vibrations, is telling you this must be directly under the pyramid, big pyramid on the surface. The floor and even the air here thumps with vibrating energy. Ugh, even I can feel it now, Deeds mutters behind you, rubbing his head. The room is empty except for Ray's platform in the middle, which looks enticing like a bed, which is convenient because you're definitely going to faint this time. You collapse onto the platform and overcome by a spectacular migraine headache. It feels like your head is going to explode. You slip into some kind of waking dream, layers upon layers of visions. This is your lover, or Mars, or Tammy, your boy, and a girl, or both, and neither, young and old, a farmer and a politician. You're dead and you're alive, and you've never been born. Time unravels before you, and an infinite tapestry crumbling wherever you look. It's all very weird. You see the web of possibilities and understand what time truly is. It's all happening at once, and none of it will ever happen. It's only sheer chance any one possibility comes into existence, not any intrinsic truth of the universe. With fate, it's just a glimpse, probably over in a second, but a glimpse of an eternity you can hardly fathom. Then you see the wormhole, enormous in the starry sky. You look down and see yourself on a plateau, gazing up at it. You recognize the place, and now a bluff not far from the colony, alive with the phosphorescence of glow season. This you seems expectant, as if waiting for something momentous to arrive, something that will change everything. The vision is crystal clear, and you feel in control in a way you haven't since you started having these visions. You know you must go there. You wake up feeling refreshed. Your headache is gone. You're still a little dizzy, but the room has stopped spinning and has returned to one single reality again. The vibrations have stilled. Theseus' face fills with a vision. Solana, he exclaims. Solana, are you okay? He listens in awe, and then in dejection as you describe your visions. Why didn't I see it? He sighed. I was there too. I want to know everything. You tell Dees about how not only did you see all these visions, but you believe they're real. You've lived them, or some of them anyway. There's real life you're living now. He listens intently, then nods. I believe you, he says simply. You look at him in shock, but just reaches out to put his hand over yours. I know what it's like when people don't. I'm not going to do that to you. You don't know what any of this means yet, but you're one step closer to figuring it out. You feel like you've just had some kind of mega prophecy, but it was too much all at once and too hard to understand. Could the convergent domain handle this kind of information? Could they remember past lives like you? Is this what this room, this observatory, was meant for? The only thing you remember clearly from your visions is the image of yourself during glow season, standing at the top of that narrow wood bluff just outside the colony, waiting for something. No, you know what? Let's go home. This episode has probably been going on for quite some time, so... in which case, I'm going to end the episode there. I will see you next time.